Hello everyone, I am Bindu and today I'd like to talk about implicit and explicit type conversions. So type conversion is also called as typecasting in Java programming, and basically what typecasting or type conversion is, we're going to convert a variable of one data type to another data type. Basically the data types can be anything, the int, float, double, or however it is. We can convert it from one data type to another data type. That is the exact or precise meaning of typecasting or type conversion. And in Java, we are having two kinds of type conversions, which is an implicit and explicit. So implicit and explicit types of conversions, we have two conversions in Java. Let's first see what is an implicit type conversion. Basically, implicit type conversion is when you convert a smaller data type to a larger data type. For example, you can take int. Int is a smaller data type and float is a larger, slightly larger data type. So you can or long. You can actually take long. Int to long when you're converting. You're converting the variable from a smaller data type to a larger data type, and this happens automatically when you declare something as an int and convert it to and long. It automatically gets converted to the long. So basically this is automatic conversion, and it is called widening because from something small we're making it to large, so it is called widening. And there is no data loss because you take a smaller one and you convert it to a larger one. Basically the data is increasing and nothing, we're not losing anything here. So there is no potential data loss here. And the only condition, important condition, is the destination data type should be greater than the source data type. The size of the destination data type has to be larger than the source data type. For example, you take here int and you take here some double. Int is 4 bytes but double is 8 bytes. So this can be converted. This can be converted automatically, and this goes with implicit type conversion. Let's see the hierarchy. So byte is it's 1 byte. Byte is just 1 byte, and from byte you can convert it to long. Short you can convert it to int. Int is basically 4 bytes. You can convert it to long. Long is 8. Okay, wait, let's see later. Then you can convert it to float. You can then convert it to double, also 8 bytes. Float is 4 bytes. So yeah, in this way you can do the only in this order, or you can actually jump from short into to float or into to double also without using long. So you can do this in only in this direction you can go while using implicit type conversion. Let's consider an example for implicit type data conversion. You initially declare a variable num which is of int data type, and you're assigning a value to it as 5. You're assigning a value to it as 5. Let num be an integer data type of value 5, and declare another declare another variable dnum, double num, of data type double, and give it a value num, that is the integer value, the integer num. You give it to the double variable present over here. Now if you try to print s, you're going to get the value of 5 as this. This will be the output of this. When you print dnum, what actually happens here is, it is a double data type, but the number given to it is an integer. This is the source data type. This is the destination data type. The source data type is smaller than destination data type. Int is smaller than double, right? This is smaller than. So implicit type conversion happens here. So this integer 5 is converted to double like this. So you get the output in this way. This is automatically we are doing. We are not actually giving any out. We are not actually. I'll show you. We are not trying to change it. We are not explicitly defining it again. We are not converting it. Here we are not writing it as int of num. We are not explicitly converting it. We are just writing it directly as num. In here automatically it is widening. The smaller value is becoming the larger value. Automatically it is widening. This is called implicit type conversion. Now let's see explicit type conversion or explicit typecasting. Unlike implicit, where in implicit we are going to convert short to a smaller value to larger value. In explicit, we convert a larger data type to a smaller data type. The same example if we take before, we convert a double to an integer. This cannot be done automatically, it has to be done manually. So explicit type conversion, wherein you convert a larger data type to a smaller data type, it has to be done manually only. And there is a possible of losing data. There's a possibility of losing data because we're converting something very large to a smaller value. So either rounding off takes place, or some other thing might happen, and we might potentially lose some data. The ending, for example, so now double value is 10.5. You think when you convert it to int, it becomes 10. So we're basically losing this decimal value here. We're not getting it here. So we are losing the data here. So there's a possibility of losing data. And how you convert this is using this syntax. Before the variable you want to convert, you need to mention a type to which it has to be converted. For example, you want to convert integer num. Like last time we had num equals to 5, right? Which is an integer. We need to converted it to double, right? Now we have dnum as double. Okay, we'll take double. Dnum as double. Double we have, and this value we had it as some let us have it some 10.5. Now if you want to convert this to integer value, you need to write it as in the data type to which you want to convert it, and then dname, the variable name. In this way you can do the explicit type conversion, wherein dname is actually the destination source data type which is double, right? And this is the destination data type which is an integer. So the source data type is larger than the destination data type, and this has to be done manually, and this is explicit type conversion. So let's now see another a code for explicit type conversion. This is explicit type conversion. Okay. Let's consider let's consider a variable of type int num and assigning a value to it as 130. Let us consider that. And we're going to define another variable, a small num of type byte. So this is smaller than our int. This is the source, this is the destination. Source data type is greater than destination data type. So we are defining another variable, a small num of type byte, and we are here explicitly converting the larger data type to a smaller data type. This belongs to int, which is a larger data type. We are converting it to a smaller data type using what is the syntax? ty, type of to which we want to convert a variable name, right? So we are explicitly converting it, and now when we try to print it, first when we are printing num, we get the output as 130. And now when we are printing the small num, what can be the output? So it is being converted to byte. The output is minus 126. It is not seen. And how? Let's see. Actually, the range of byte is from minus 128 to 127, right? So if we consider any number and we are converting it to byte, it has to lie in this this range itself. So for one, it will check for it will try to while converting, it will check which one matches, and 120 cannot be seen in the range of byte. So it will again after after reaches 127, which is the maximum number range, or which is the maximum number in the byte, it again comes back to the original minimum number. So minus 128, it goes to minus 127, it again searches minus 126. So 127, right? 128, 129, 130. This will be our 130 minus 126. That way, while type conversion, from from a larger data type to smaller data type to byte, it becomes minus 126. So potentially we lost the data here. This is what we've talked like the risk of losing data in the explicit type conversion. This is the explicit type conversion. Okay, so let's wrap up what we talked about, the implicit and explicit type conversion. Basically, the implicit type conversion, if we consider the features, it is performed by the compiler itself. It is not being performed manually by Java. Java automatically completes it. But the explicit type conversion, it has to be done manually. We have seen using typecasting, we have done it manually. And then data loss. In implicit type conversion, there is no potential, because from a smaller data type we're converting it to a larger data type, so there's no loss. It's pretty obvious. But there is in explicit type conversion. And casting required? No, there's no casting required. You have just written double variable name equals to the variable int, and it directly converted it. So there's no typecasting required here. But yeah, here type they have done it using the keyword type direction. So from smaller data type to larger data type, we have converted it, right, from int to double. And in explicit type conversion, from larger data type we have converted data type. We have used type here, right? And then example yeah, int you can convert it to double here, and from double you can convert. So this is implicit and explicit type conversions.